What's up, y'all? It's Mace Blanco. I Don't Need Clout, the podcast. Today we talking about standing on business, man. And listen, this is a serious announcement. This is serious as it gets. I want y'all to look in my eyes, right? What you got going on can't be the only thing that you got going on. I'm going to say that again. What you got going on can't be the only thing that you got going on. You got to diversify how you make money specifically. You got to diversify how you provide for your family, give yourself a good sense of security, how you get your coins, how you stack your increments, how you get your bread, whatever you want to call it, man. But you got to diversify it. You can't just, it's like that saying go, you can't just put all your eggs in one basket. You got to diversify how you make money. What you got going on can't be the only thing you got going on. You feel me? And I'm going to give y'all my experience working as like a W-2 employee. I got some fucking stories, man. Most people are going to make their money through labor, you know, trading their time for money. I really don't have to explain that too much. I feel like that's what people think when they think about going to work or putting in some work. They think about applying for a job, getting hired, getting through the application process, background checks, whatever, getting approved, getting a start date, you know what I'm saying? And then getting to work. They're exchanging time for money. But really there's like a whole nother side of making money through like ownership or, something that has value. Maybe that's real estate. Maybe you're an artist. Maybe you make music, maybe you make, you paint, whatever it is. But you can make money through your products. You can make money through your content. You get paid for YouTube now. You get paid for your podcast. Now people are getting paid for their posts on Facebook and Instagram and X and TikTok for now. You're getting paid for your content. You're getting paid for your influence. And like, if you remember not that long ago when we were doing the presidential election, a lot of celebrities and artists, musicians, influencers, people that had a say-so, whatever you want to call it, they were getting paid to endorse presidential candidates. That's how much your influence matters and how much your content matters. Like, they're literally dropping a bag, like Kamala Harris and Donald Trump dropping a bag for fucking people like Plies to speak up. I don't know if he was actually paid, but I was happy to stop listening to that shit, man. Plies was on one. And yeah, I'm gonna single him out because he was on my motherfucking nerves. I was tired of that shit. Dude was dropping songs for Kamala as if she won. And now he had to backtrack and delete all that shit. But I bet he got paid. What I'm saying, sidetrack for a minute, but what I'm saying is it's a lot of different ways to get paid. You don't have to go work at McDonald's. You don't have to work at Wawa or whatever your local gas station is. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of ways to get money, and you can get creative now, man. But it really comes down to like not just getting the money. You can't see money as something that you want to spend. That might be like your motivating factor, for a lot of us. Things we want to do, things we want to provide for our families, experiences, things we want to buy for people or donate to your church or charities. You can do a lot with money, but, you can't just see it as something that you want to spend frivolously on, bullshit, liabilities. Like, you can't. And listen, I know we all heard this, bro, but the biggest bullshit, like, complaint that I've ever heard about money and people's like ignorance to it is like, oh, they didn't teach that in school. They didn't want us to know about money. We don't know. Nobody taught us about that. Nobody taught us about taxes. Like, bro, it's nobody's job to teach you about money. I wish they fucking taught me too. I wish that shit was taught in school, right? Like, I advocate for money to be taught in school, like financial literacy. You know what I mean? Like, I advocate for that, but it's nobody's fault that you don't know at your big age, that you still don't know about money and taxes and how things work, how to make money, how to save money, how to invest money. Like, you can't just blame other people for that. You can't blame the system for that. The only thing you can do is equip yourself with knowledge. Like, you think because nobody taught you that, you're just supposed to be ignorant forever, and that's just going to be the excuse to get you by until you can maybe collect Social Security. No, bro, hell no. I'm not doing that. Listen, man, we're in the age of technology. We have more access. We have more resources at our fingertips than any generation in any time period ever had. Like, no excuses, bro. Like, wake up, read a book. You got access to books. You got access to audio books. You know what I'm saying? You got Facebook, different ways to connect with people. You got ways to find mentors and seek out people that are doing the things that you want to be doing. Ask some questions, send some friend requests, send some messages. For every 100 no's that you get, you're going to get one yes, and that's going to change your life. You got to do your due diligence to get this damn money, man. You got to stand on business. And listen, bro, I don't care if you made a lot of financial mistakes. mistakes, like welcome to the fucking club. Like we all out here did some dumbass shit with some money, man. We all done made a bag, fucked it up, made it back, fucked it up. You know what I mean? You might have took a risk, experimented over here, invested in this, something didn't work out. You might have been doing pyramid schemes, like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm speaking from experience, somebody that made like a lot of mistakes with money, bro. But you can always rebound. You can always educate yourself, learn something, recoup the money. Like, you can't let excuses hold you back. And just like it's nobody's job to teach you about money, bro, it's nobody's job to keep you employed either. Like, it's plenty of jobs that I've seen that I've worked at personally, bro. I had a lot of jobs. Like, I'll get into that. Like, y'all will get to know from my experiences and stories, like the different jobs I had. But it was a lot of places that I worked that did like mass layoffs. I was just in one of those situations recently. You know what I mean? I've never been laid off, thankfully, I guess, whatever, you know what I mean? I don't really care. But it's always the same cycle every single time. The reaction is always the same too. Like, there's an emotional reaction from all the other employees when they find out about it. Everybody feels unsafe. Everybody feels the lack of job security. But the thing is this, they do literally nothing about it. Like, the reaction is always the same, but the action is always the same as well. Nothing. There's never any action at all. And it's just the same cycle, man. And the last cycle is it repeats. And it all happens again a few months later or next year or around the holidays or whenever they do budget cuts. It's always the same cycle. Emotional reaction. Everyone's in an uproar. People say all types of shit. They do nothing about it. A couple more pay periods go by. They forget all about the employees that just got let go. And then the next time layoffs come back around, they're shocked again. It's the exact same cycle. And you either going to do something about it, you know what I mean? Or wait till it's your turn. Wait till you on the chopping block and you get laid off. And I will pivot for a second. Like, I'm not going to say that I'm the most valuable person at my company. That's definitely not true. At the companies that I've been at where they do layoffs, like, it's definitely not true, bro. Like, I used to work my ass off, you know what I mean? And I see what happens when you're the top employee. Like, I don't really desire to be the fucking number one person pushing the stats when we're not working for commission. Like, I got other side ventures going on. I got different things I got to do. You know, I got a family to provide for. Like, I'm going to bring value. But basically what I'm getting at, right? A good way to try to prevent yourself from getting laid off or always having work is to always bring value of some kind. You don't have to be the top performer. I'm not telling people to like be lazy. You know what I mean? If it's burning you out, you know, kind of pull back a little bit, I guess. But like, a good way to keep your job and to stay employed is to bring value. It's like when you stop bringing value or you're bringing down the morale of the team or just like the culture of a company, you know what I'm saying? And you not fitting in, you know, like you're going to be the first one picked for a layoff. And if you're one of those people that's like, oh, this shit just isn't fair. Like, bro, life isn't fair. I know that's cliche as fuck, but life really isn't fair. It's a capitalist system. You looking for the shit to be fair, meaning what exactly? Because it's really always, every single time, 100% of the time, without a doubt, it's always going to come down to the money. It's a capitalist system, bro, which has its pros and cons. Mostly pros, though. Like, I really support capitalism. Like, make your money. Like, you know what I mean? It's not going to be fair. You're not going to have, like, the capitalist system and then expect it to also be fair and understanding. No, it will always be about the money. Just like most things. Just like how you would operate when the shit comes down to the money. Like, you got to do what's best for the circumstances that you're in. But I will give y'all a story, bro, like how cutthroat this shit really is. I was probably like 2 years in, right? So like, let's just say like 2017. Instead of using her real name, I'm gonna just call her Miss C, right? So Miss C, she was an HR rep. She was like a nice, sweet, like soft-spoken lady. You know what I mean? She helped everybody out. Real good person, man. Real good person. So, and this is how fucking cutthroat corporate America is, bro. I remember they have flown her in from, I think it was Chicago to Philly. And her job as the HR person was to lay off like 50 people, which is already a kind of a hard job if you're like a compassionate person like she was, like someone in HR that really like actually cares about the people, that tries to help people out. But anyway, they fly her in from Chicago to Philly. Her job was to fire everybody. Not fire them, but like lay off like 50 people, right? So she goes through this, like, you know, for her, it's like real devastating and heartbreaking, and she really cares about the people and the position that she's putting them in around the times of the holidays and all that shit. Mind you, this shit happens all the time. But anyway, this time it's her job to lay everybody off, and Miss C lays off like 50 people. Like, she's just like crushed. She's emotionally and mentally drained drained for the day, right? Like just hurt that she's laying off her friends and colleagues of years and years of working together, working closely, right? And then this is some savage shit, right? After she lays off like 50 fucking people, she's just burnt out. She's just hurt and just distraught, right? Then they bring her in and they fire her ass as the last person they let go for the day. So they make her do all the dirty work. She works in HR. She fires like 50 people and then she gets fired. Like, bro, they could have, someone else like higher up could have did the dirty work. They made her do the dirty work, her do the bullshit. You know what I mean? They put her on the front line to handle that shit. And then after all the dirty work was done, after like the hard fucking stressful like stuff was handled by a compassionate person, then they put her out on the curb for trash too. So what I'm saying, man, you gotta really diversify yourself, because when that time comes, not if that time comes, when that time comes, you want to be prepared. You don't want to have your job be your only source of income. You don't want to be fucked over when this shit happens. One thing I will say, or two things I'm gonna say, right? Because this happened to me somewhere else. And mind you, I always have seemed to have gotten out of the situation before, you know what I mean, I was ever affected by a layoff. But I will say it's probably because I be paying attention. I guess, you know, I've been blessed with enough awareness to know what's going on. When I start to see stuff going a certain way, I'm like, all right, I got my exit plan. I'm out of here. I'm going to make another way for myself, and we're going to continue to make it happen. I don't need no one to teach me about money. I don't need a company to keep me employed. Like, I will make money and handle my business one way or another. I'm not sitting around waiting for shit to fucking go bad. But I will say, besides being aware of your surroundings and your financial surroundings and your surroundings at work, paying attention to what these people and the big corporate people were saying in those meetings, because they'll fuck around and tell you they made $10 million, but their goal was fucking 13 million. And because they didn't hit that goal, they're up fucking 20% from last year or something crazy. And they'll still fire people because they're 3 million short on their goal. And shareholders, stockholders, you know, people that are supposed to get bonuses are feeling the fucking the lack of a bonus or something, you know, and they're letting people go at the bottom who are just fucking scraping by to pay bills, who are really working the hardest there. So besides awareness, pay attention to being outsourced by foreign labor. I know it might not be a thing as much now, you know what I mean, with the current administration about the foreign labor, bro, but I've seen that happen. I've exited a job, and then like a year later, all my friends, my previous coworkers, got replaced with like cheap labor from India or like cheap labor from the Philippines. You know what I'm saying? There's always a pattern. Just pay attention, diversify your income. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to bump your head. You're going to be ignorant to this shit. You're going to be learning from fucking firsthand, just being thrown into it. But pay attention, make as much money as you can, have as much success as you can. You know what I mean? Don't forget to live your life in the meantime, but lacking money, lacking awareness, it's going to fuck you up. So definitely pay attention, get this money, man. Don't be distraught by how cutthroat it is, bro. Just play the game, get your bread, create your own source of income. You know what I mean? Get that bag. And that's about it, man. That's all y'all get from me today, man. Got my wife's clothing brand on, Photo by Tia. Go to photobytia.com for all your photo needs. Let's run it up, man. Let's get to it. Until next time, Mace Blanco, I Don't Need Clout Podcast. I'll see you on the other side.